everybody. How y'all doing today? I hope you're all doing good. And it's a nice day here for once. We're finally going to be heading into the warm weather, it seems. It's our last cool day here. Tomorrow's going to be in the 70s. I hope everyone's doing well today. I wanted to say hi. Hi, Pooja. Thank you for coming. Hi, Carl. Hi, Gatekeeper, a light worker. Hi, thank you all for coming today. I know this was on short notice. I wasn't sure if I was going to have one show today. Hi, Jackie. I was a little under the weather this week again. I remember last week when we had that, me and Jenny had that troll, and I asked for volunteers for if you wanted to be a monitor. So I can't remember who said they would be a monitor. So if you just want to put that in the chat, let me know, and you get a wrench. So I would be very grateful for you for if you would like to volunteer for that. And also, there was another thing I wanted to say, and I totally forgot. Oh, please put your questions in capitals so I don't miss them. And I'm going to try and, stick to Akashic today. But if you have any other questions about Akashic or just some general questions that you do have, I'll do my best to answer them. General knowledge questions, and, just put those in there too. And we'll see. Okay, Sonia, let's see. And I always it takes me a minute to remember how to do this because I haven't done it as often as, hardly at all, actually, when it comes to doing the monitor thing. One of these days it'll sink in. So let's see. Make sure, there we go. Okay. Add moderator. Okay, there you go. And so Sonia's a monitor. Anyone else, feel free. I didn't want to make anyone a monitor unless they wanted to. And I do have it on subscribers mode today. So we can hopefully avoid some of that trolling. So let's see, I know. Let's see. I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Carl. You said, I know I will close a good deal, but is it coming this year? If you want to be a little bit more specific on that, I'd appreciate it. I'm not quite sure what you mean. And so I will, while everyone's putting in their questions and everything, I'm going to say our prayer of protection to start off with. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us as we call forth our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Record masters to assist us now to receive the information of the highest truth at the highest frequency of love and light, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of all humanity. And now I'm going to read the Akashic Key. We open ourselves to the light. And with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so all who are in the chat and all who will watch later are given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them in this moment. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of all who are in the chat and all who will watch later to receive the record of their soul. Okay. So, and let me see. So, take questions. Any advice from Spirit for my current situation? I'm kind of doing nothing these days, waiting on signs from spirit, which I feel I haven't received yet to move forward on my soul's path. Okay, I do want to say something on that. A lot of us have been in holding patterns. We've been getting downloads. The energies are kind of chaotic right now. We've been through a couple eclipses. We've been through some really key planetary um, movements, and I don't know all the terminology, but I can't think of the one word. I don't know if it's conjunction or something, or just certain things like with different planets, aspects. That's what I'm trying to think of, that have caused like some big changes. So a lot of us are on kind of like a holding pattern right now. Some of us are getting a lot of downloads. Some of us we're waiting for the energy to settle. And also Mercury is in retrograde. And a lot of time that's a time of, they want us to use this for reflection, introspection, a time for reassessing what we might need to move forward, evaluation. Sometimes they just need us to have some downtime because for whatever reason, and there's for our next step. So I think for a lot of us, that's what it's been there. I don't know if you're seeing, numbers or different things, or you're not picking it up. Sometimes the signs from spirit are subtle, and sometimes when you are in such a period, it is that you're just you're in a downtime. And we all go through those downtimes, and sometimes they can be a little disconcerting, I have to admit, because you do tend to feel a little disconnected during those times. So and there are times when spirit does want us to pull back and take that break. So that could be it. And that's kind of like a general statement for anybody. But let's see what the Akashic Record Masters have to say about that specifically for you right now. They're saying yes, that you are in a period of downtime because you are getting ready for to step into some really big things and some really big energies and changes. And this was a time to prepare you for those changes that are coming up, because things are going to start really being on a whirlwind for you. And so this was just a time for you to kind of recharge, recoup, do some introspection, some, just gathering of yourself. But soon you will be starting to get signs, and then it will start really rapidly progressing. You will be starting to really notice things are going to be speeding up, and things will be changing like really quickly over the course of the next few months. And it's probably going to change your trajectory a little bit to something you might not have been thinking, but the signs probably were there when you go in retrospect. But that's why you were in this downtime. They're just preparing you for what's to come. So I hope that was helpful for you on that one. This time, let's see. Yes, that's where they're having you pull back and just kind of take that break, have that introspection, that out of sync, that disconnected feeling. That's what that is. They're just getting you ready for what's to come, because what's to come is going to be so, it's going to be so like, chaotic isn't exciting and different and fast paced and just more coming at you. They needed to prepare you for that. So I hope that helps. So let's see. And let's see. Can you tell me about a past life I shared with my main spirit guide? Thank you. Hi, light worker. Let's see. They're showing me, and I've been seeing this a little bit more frequently lately, the Knights Templar. You were brothers in the Knights Templar together. So the energy that you had then, you've brought forth into this life. like you were protectors in that life, and now, you know, he's protecting you in this life. So you're kind of like that same thing, only it seems like it's a little bit more reversed. You're a little bit more of a leader and protector in that life, and now it's turned around and they're guiding and, you know, helping you in this life. So it's from the Knights Templar. That's the energy that you're bringing forth into this life. I think that's significant that that's starting to come up a little bit more lately. So I hope that resonated with you on that. And let's see. So yeah, what in a past life is impacting me this time? Hi, Sonia. Let's see. Well, they are showing me a life in World War II. And it is, they're saying the ability to accept situations and see and to accept what you're seeing. There's something about and believe what you know to be true. Like there were certain things that happened that you almost couldn't believe it, even though you saw it. You had a hard time accepting it, and they want you to be more accepting of what you see and believe in what you know to be true. And follow your intuition and your instincts more, and to trust in what you get and to trust in what you feel more. Because it was almost like in that life, you almost needed to see that bomb go off in front of you to see that there was actual war, if that makes sense. It's like metaphorical, but you needed like a real dramatic thing to happen before you accept it. And they want you to learn to accept what you're getting in this life now. Trust in what you're seeing, trust in what you're feeling, trust. They want you to trust. The fact that you don't need to have like a bomb go off in front of you to believe that there's a war, to trust in that gut intuition and what's in here. So that's what they're saying. The connection between those two lives and what they want you to really do in this life right now is to just start believing in yourself and trusting what you feel and see. I hope that resonated with you, Sonia. And let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Mercury retrograde. That at least it went direct today, so at least we're over the brunt of it. Ugh. Let's see, Jazz. I'd like to know whether I had a past lifetime in Italy. Hi, Jazz. Let's see what they have to say. Yes, and it looks like you're a man. And I want to say it was you were dressed when they like in the 1500 the Renaissance, during the Renaissance, and I see you like going through canals. I don't in around in Italy. So I don't know if you were. You definitely were you traveled. The way you were dressed, you must have been of some in this particular life, of some financial substance, because you had the clothes you had on were very ornate, and you looked like you were leading the people, or whatever you were doing, you were in charge. It's like Christopher Columbus type energy, if that makes sense. An explorer type, it's that type of energy that you had in that life. And you had some prominence. You were somewhat well known. And people did follow you. You had some respect of a certain set of people. And that's all they're showing me right now. So yes, you did have a life. So let me know if that does kind of fit with things about Italy that you like. But you definitely had to do with the water, exploring, and in that time. Let's see. In this lifetime, travel is restricted for me. Let's see. Well, you can always travel, and I know traveling in your mind isn't the same, but your mind can take you anywhere. When I went through periods of not feeling well, I let my mind take me anywhere, and I could go anywhere I wanted in my mind. And it really did help. The imagination can really, really help take you places you didn't think you could be. And it can be, it's not a substitute, but it can be a great aid in helping us go places we couldn't otherwise go. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I was sick, and it was mentioned, and I had certain things. I have myasthenia gravis. So it's been in remission for a really long time, kind of, and I've been doing real well, except the stresses of everything that's been going on kind of threw me out of remission a little bit. So I was having a little bit of difficulty with that. So that was why I was having some downtime and different things. When I fell down the stairs and different things, it took me a little longer to recover than it might take other people to recover. So that's why sometimes things can knock me for a loop for a couple days, whereas it might not bother anybody else. And I sometimes, because I have been in remission, forget I have it, which then I could be my own worst nightmare. So don't be me on that one. Okay. Any idea what my soul's purpose is? I have no idea, but would like to figure it out. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. See, Jackie, what do they have to say for you? Well, they're saying, one, be happy. They always say that. To follow your dreams. They're saying when you follow your dreams and do what you need to do, it's either in a craft or something, you're going to start teaching people. And when you start teaching people and you start interacting with people, you're going to give them so much. You're going to inspire them. You're going to help them. You're going to help guide them. You're going to help give them a step up to where they wouldn't have had one before, through the work that you're going to do. Like, I see you having this big heart where you're like going to give someone even just a flower, and to them that flower is going to mean so much because someone paid attention to them for once. And through your teaching and through your guidance, you're going to give people who needed that at that time that little boost to get them to the next level. And it's going to come through some type of you're going to be doing something with, I don't want to say social work, but it's you're going to act like a social worker in what you're doing. Even if it's a community garden, you're going to be like you're going to have this social work aura around you where you're going to be helping people in the community come together and raise the vibration for those around. You're going to just help people. So whatever you decide to do, just follow your heart and what seems to be right. And when you're doing this, this is the energy that you're going to be giving out to the world and to those around you. So you're going to be helping raise the vibration of those around you through whatever you're doing at that time. And so you'll know it when you do it. And it might be a little bit more time before you really get to the place where you're really settled, at least for a little while. You're going to experiment with what kind of works for you. And you're going to go in different directions before you kind of find out what you really like. And then you're really going to start making inroads to a community and to people who need that boost at that time. So it's about timing too. It's when you're ready, but also when the universe is ready for that, they're going to be preparing you. And by you doing all these steps in the meantime, you're going to be learning and gathering the information that you need to be what you need to be down the line, if that makes sense to you. So they're saying hang tight. It's all, you actually are where you need to be. You just don't know it yet, but you will know it. But just follow what you feel you need to do, and it will get you to where you need to go. So I hope that was helpful for you, Jackie. Let's see. Hi, Linda. Thanks for coming. Hi, Kay. Let's see who else came in. Wow, feel uncomfortable with stomach having a bit. Wow, that is a tough night. Yeah, definitely divinely protected there. Let's see. Gatekeeper. Do I have a galactic family? I heard yes. And a rather big one. It almost feels it's more galactic than human. I hope you guys just didn't hear my stomach growl. Yes, you definitely have a much bigger galactic. Your family's more galactically oriented than you are human oriented, if that makes sense. It's very old. Or I shouldn't say we're all like old, but you've been very active. You're an older soul, like an experienced older soul. And you have been galactic a lot more than you've been human. And you've been more than one type of galactic. You've been several different types. And they're saying a couple are ones we won't even know. I heard you were an Arcturian, though, and a Palladian. And I think you have a Palladian life, maybe an Arcturian life. One of the two now. So that would be a yes on that one. They visit you and you visit them. You just don't know it. Or maybe you do know it. I don't know, but you visit them. So if you have dreams that are like that, that's you visiting them. I'm glad the message was helpful, Pooja. Let's see. What does Spirit want me to know about Libra? I'm not sure what the... Let's see. What does Spirit want me to know about Libra? I'm not sure what that is. Or who was I regarding a past life? Let's see. So if you want to, if I have time, we can go back to that, but I'm not sure what you, unless it's just not clicking in my head, but we'll do a past life. Or you have actually a few questions. Which one do you want me to answer? Let me know. Okay, what can the Akashic Masters tell us about the Knights Templar and their possible association with the occult? Thank you. They were much more spiritually connected and guided than we will ever know. Their purpose of being here was very almost like a direct connection from the divine source. They had a purpose for being here at the time that they did. It's like they worked with in the confines of the church, but they also had their pagan beliefs too. It was a very eclectic group when it came to spirituality. They were very loyal. They were very devoted for the most part. And no, they weren't all killed. Many escaped. And they did change forms into other things. And they continued, that the Templar spirit continues to this day. And that's all they wanted to say about that right now. So that was interesting. Okay. Interesting to know that I had worked in a group. That's good. Yeah, it'll all fall into place for you when the time's right. I'm glad it resonated with you. Let's see. You can only see the Pleiades when you're not looking for it, like peripheral vision. The Pleiadians are really active right now around here. So are the Arcturians. And that's what we see. It takes a lot more of a deep reading to really get into some of the different galactic realms. And I am still learning to connect to them. And I'm developing that now. So it can be really, really, your best bet is Dr. Gale, Skywalking with Moon, if you want to get a little bit more into depth. But in a reading like this, when you're not taking the time to really go in deep, it's hard to really dig into the roots of galactic connections because it's not as simplistic as we think it is. And you have your most recent ones, and a lot of us are connected to the Pleiadians, Arcturians, and different ones. and then it goes deeper, and we've made steps, and it's not real easy to kind of get that connection all the time. So that's why it's hard in short readings to really get that connection. And I think it's because the Octurians and Palladians and like even Andromedans, they are currently working. It's like they're much more closer to the surface, so it's much easier to make that connection. If that makes sense. Okay. Did I choose to be with my family, or did my parents, knowing what my soul contract is? Actually, you make that decision together. That's what you make on the other side. You make the contract. You kind of you make all these decisions, and then you come down with that already in mind. Like you kind of pick your parents, but you on the other side, it is a contract where you kind of negotiate out what you want. Each one wants to learn in this life, and then you make that to come down. So in a way, they pick you and you pick them, if that makes any sense. And so you make that contract together. And for whatever reason, good, bad, and ugly, you've made that contract to learn certain lessons. And so it's a joint venture. So, and sometimes we incarnate, sometimes our soul families are a lot bigger than it is. And there are certain people that we do like to reincarnate with more than other people, because we're closer actually on the other side to certain souls than we are to other souls. And sometimes we do incarnate with each other a lot more than others. Like my mom, I incarnate with a lot. Is one of the people I incarnate with the most. My dad, who I wouldn't say I wasn't close to, I was very close to, but he incarnates more with my daughter. So it all depends on that, connection, which is, my daughter, as I've said before, she does see, has always seen spirits, and had seen my father, she has never physically seen my father because he had passed away before she had died, but she's the one that knows him the best. If that makes any sense. So I did, but I saw your question, Carl, but I didn't quite understand what you meant. So I just needed a little bit more explanation on that. If you could give me another, rephrase that. It says, I didn't quite get it. It says, I know I will close a good deal, but is it coming this year? So I wanted to make sure I understood it correctly. So if you could just expand on that a little bit. And let's see. Although going into the Knights Templar, why it seems that energy now would be very interesting to do. Let's see. Knowing what my soul contract would be with them. Okay, let's see what the Akashic Record Masters have to say. Finding tolerance and peace. I don't know if that makes sense. I heard peaceful tolerance. Also strength, inner strength. independence, forgiveness, acceptance, they're saying that it's much bigger than that, but they want you to kind of delve into that yourself a little bit. They want you to contact your masters and meditate on that. You needed to learn certain difficulties in life to make you into the person you wanted to be when you grew up. So you wanted to experience certain things in childhood. That's all that they're saying. I hope that made some sense. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's see. That's more of a psychic question, but let me see. Let's see, I can ask them. I can ask the pendulum and see what it says. So, would you answer a question? Okay. Will Carl receive payment soon for any of the business deals he's been working on? Will he receive them in the month of April? Will he receive a payment in May of 2024? In May. Will it be the first half of May? Will it be before May 15th? After May 15th? Will it be around the middle of the month? Looks like around the middle of the month, you're going to get something of May. Will this be all of the money he is owed? No. So it looks like you'll get some money in May, in the middle of May. So I hope that was helpful. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Do I have any past lives with my horse? I would say he was with you in the Knights Templar. He was your horse. You've had him before. You've had him in several lives. He's come back to you. You're kind of like those soulmates. So let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Can you tell me if a man named Kenny and I had a past life together? Did we work out our karma? Please and thank you. Let me see. Yes, you had a past life together and you're still working out your, not so much karma, but your contract. There's still some work to do. They're saying you're from like 50 to 75% maybe done with your contract with each other. They're saying it'll take a little bit more time for it to be complete. They're not specifying time, but they're saying, no, it's not complete yet. And you're still working through that karma or contract, however you want to look at it. But in time, you will complete it. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know if that's what you want to hear or not, but so let's see if I have any. Okay. I can do one more question. I don't know if I missed anything. Any important messages from my guides that would like their presence known to me now or help situation? Well, they're saying all you have to do is ask. And they will help you. They want you to meditate and keep a journal. They're saying they send you songs and weird thoughts. That makes sense. When you think of something really, they're saying stupid or weird out of the blue, that is them. Write it down. And write down what you were doing and what you were thinking at the time. And if you start to do that, you'll start to see pieces come together and you'll start to, that will enable you to make the connections. And also they're saying, remember to ask. We cannot help you if you don't ask. You have your guides, your angels, your Akashic Record masters. You have they're saying a plethora of people on the other side just waiting to help. They're saying sometimes we do give you signs, but you don't see them. Or they're saying sometimes you don't do what they want you to do. Aren't we all like that? We're our own worst enemies sometimes. But they're saying the more you can do this, the more connected you will be with your guides and angels, and the easier it will be for them to communicate with you. And it will open up that connection and also help develop your psychic abilities, which will help guide you further. And they're saying also listen to your intuition and your gut. They're saying listen to it. If it feels off, it is. If it feels right, go for it. Don't, and they're saying trust in yourself. And that's their message for today. And they're like, kind of like the end of a newscast. Walter Cronkite. I heard that's the way the cookie crumbles, on such and such a day, as we say. So yes, that's what they want you to do. And so do that. You might need another lifetime. Yeah, so it's not done yet. So ask out. Actually, if you can ask in your head, but when you ask out loud or put it in writing, it's more powerful. And not that you can't ask it in your head, but when you can ask things out loud and put it down, it just gives more strength, more vibration to it. It makes it stronger. And when you can do it, put it in your own words and your own, things, it makes it stronger also. So, you can even develop your own type of meditation eclectically from different things. But anytime you develop your own ways, like, and tweak things to your specifications, it's always more powerful because it's from you. Not that other people's isn't really good too, they are, but whenever you can do that to yourself, it does make it more powerful. And when you send it out to the universe, and also write it down, like have an angel list. I keep saying I'm going to have an angel list, but then something will stop me, or I'm really bad at journaling and writing. I admit it. I preach it. I don't always follow it. I do it really good for a while, and then something will come up and I'm so busy. I'll think, well, I'll write it later, and then I forget. So don't do that. Write it down then, because you will forget. Or even put one of those apps on your phone that you could record into, and then just say it into your phone, because then you can always print it out later, or it either on a printer, or you can turn it into text on your phone later, transfer it into a Word document later. There's all kinds of things like that you can do with that. So the phones are great if you can even just speak into your phone. Maybe we should do a show on the Knights Templar. I think we should do a show on yeah, very interesting. I would love to do that. So, alrighty. So I think that's it. And I will do a healing for anything that's out there that we might need to be healed. I mean, it can never hurt, right? Little healing here, little healing there. Why not? So, okay. I asked the Akashic Record Masters to clear and release from all who are in the chat and all who will watch all energy of all traumas that have been brought forth from all past, future, and concurrent lives on all cellular levels, in all timelines, and in all ancestral timelines, in all space and in between time. I ask that you clear our eyes, our memories, the feelings, our emotions, and the experiences of these traumas from all of our cellular structures on all levels, in all timelines, in all ancestral timelines, in all time and space, and in between times, and in all lives, for the greatest good of all who are in the chat and all who will watch later, and for the greatest good of all humanity. I also ask that you place us on the highest timeline possible for the most benevolent outcome possible. As above, so below. I ask that this be done. It shall be done. It is done. And I thank our beloved Akashic Record Masters for the beautiful healing you have bestowed upon all of us today. So mote it be. Okay. And I'm going to close the records. I would like to close by thanking the light for the truth. And I would like to close by thanking the light for the healing energy. And I would like to close by thanking the light for the guidance and compassion towards our soul's purpose. And with this, we lock the records of everyone who is in the chat and all who will watch later. To everyone but those people, the records are now closed. So I leave the records open for yourselves, so you can go into them anytime you want. And, there's, even if you can't afford to take the class, there's all kinds of different books and different YouTube videos out there. Go with what resonates with you and feels right about how to go into the records and different meditations. It's, it's really, it's not as hard as you think to go into the records and to develop that. It just takes some time to really develop a good connection. And, with practice, it's just like any muscle. So I hope everyone had it resonated with everyone today, and it was nice seeing y'all. And I'll try and be back next week. Things might get a little hectic next week. I'm having a kitchen put in, so we'll see how that goes as I get my house hopefully up for sale by the end of May. It was supposed to be March 1st. Then it went to April 1st. Then it went to May 1st. Now it's sometime in May. So we'll see how that goes. So hopefully I'll be seeing you all next week. And then again, and we did change our Sunday Akashic Sisters to Monday at 7, just to let you all know. So, because we just thought with the summer coming, Mondays would be better a day to have it. That way no one has to interrupt their weekends, and 7 o'clock, since it's staying later would be better. So, and if there's any types of show, like I said, you guys want to hear, feel free drop me a line, and we'll put some out there. So I wouldn't mind, having some ideas of things to explore, um, different type of show you might want to see. I'll thank you for the kitchen. I definitely, yeah. This has been a journey. Let me tell you, putting this house up for sale. It's been a really big journey. So, but thank you all. And I hope everyone has a great day and a nice week, and see you all on Monday. Bye, everybody.